Yeah, it's kind of like, maybe we shouldn't have broke it.
There was another one of those symbols from the door on like the windowsill. It looked similar.
Was it etched into the windowsill or drawn?
Was it etched in?
I think it was etched. Yeah.
Damn.
It was etched in
I
there.
was going to say, if it's just drawn, you just get a little bit of ink, just put it all over our armor and just wander on in there. And
Thinking outside the box.
But if it's
I have
etched,
a drawer's kit. Can I try to replicate the symbols?
You sure can.
You can take and press it against that paste on the ground. That used to be a hand and see if it burns it.
Well, this be some sort
You
of.
flip it over
dexterity
so it's
check
the
since
unburned
you're-
side so you can see if it actually works.
Right.
So it's close to the
You gotta get a nice even brown on it.
Smell that?
We'll say
Come on,
acrobatics
guys.
because you're not really doing a like stealthy kind of thing, so it wouldn't be a sleight of hand. So just an acrobatics check.
I mean, they're both dex. You just want to roll dex.
I guess you don't.
I don't have proficiency
Yeah,
either.
just roll text then.
Not good.
How not good? Not good.
8.
Skull, here's your idea. Gets a moment of inspiration. Takes out the. What does your drawing kit have? Like chalk or?
It's just a drawer's kit, so I imagine any artistic medium.
It could be berries, paint, whatever kind of thing you think Skull would use.
You have a lot of berries.
I do have a lot of
You
berries.
have a lot of berries. What do you-
Probably along the lines of charcoals and paints.
At first, Skull takes out the charcoal and is trying to smear the symbols from the door.
Not on himself. He ain't
on
stupid.
What?
Him.
On Finra's.
I'll protect you better.
It looks crudely drawn. You're not sure. Might you make a religion check to see if you think this will even work at all. Do you ignore me?
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. What?
I would like you to make a religion check to see how effective Skull's crude drawing.
I do know.
It might work.
I mean, if you squint your eyes, it looks similar enough.
Can I do an Arcana trick?
Man, that's a hardcore 9 right there.
Yes,
That's-
you can.
Looks good to me.
Can I start putting it on everybody?
You can
Do I
start
roll?
doing that if they let you.
Okay.
You don't have
I
to
got an
roll
8.
again. So
I want to roll again.
You got an 8.
So
see if I improve at all between person to person.
You were the rough draft.
Roll for your second person. Then.
That's fine. I mean, it probably looks good to me.
You get to be crit number 2.
Who was number 2, Skull? You went to Artoris, your closest companion of the 2 remaining. Skull starts taking this charcoal. It kind of gets in your eyes. He's rubbing it on your face.
I hold
On my
one.
mask.
The charcoal.
Well, you said your eyes are visible, right?
Mine is visible, yeah.
He just starts having allergic reactions.
He's marking it on your face. It stings a little as he's poking you in the eye. He's trying to draw this symbol. You're not sure how it looks.
Hey, it's in
Monday,
the name of protection.
This looks atrocious. It doesn't
Monday's
even
next.
look like this symbol.
Hey,
So I have a thought. I use my prestidigitation to make a
The
trace
best.
on
No.
Monday.
Well, actually, yeah, yours is the
I'm
best.
good.
So
I'm
he
fine.
got a whopping
Man.
6.
the rough draft looks better than the finished product.
So, first, Skull does his wonderful artwork on Monday, and then Retoris comes in and tries to use his prestidigitation to make his version. Go ahead and make a spell attack, if you will.
It's just me.
I don't know if it's written on you.
we all tried.
I got a
quad.
Just me.
Yeah, it's
Magics.
I'm batting 1,000 again.
6.
What was your drawing skill on Monday? Was it a 6?
On Monday, 6, yes.
What about saying?
You create with your
Yours
magic
was a 4.
an equally similar symbol on Monday.
Hey, but to be fair, together, that's a hard 12 right there. So, I mean, my chances are just doubling. So,
I'm pretty confident in my symbol. So
After seeing the others, yeah, you got more and more confident.
I
in
mean,
yours.
I'm just gonna be like, that looks good. I think this is gonna work, guys.
I rolled an 8 for yours, didn't I? What did I roll for his? I already forgot.
I think you rolled an 8 and then whatever you added.
Yeah,
to
so
it.
it would have been 11.
It was like,
for him.
yeah. I'm fine.
So he got the
I'm
best.
fine, guys.
No matter how
gonna
you
be
split
good.
it, he's got the better looking one.
I'm gonna cautiously climb back up the rope.
I'm gonna try to do my own now.
Now go ahead and do it. Do another acrobatics. Climb the rope.
What?
It's still not good, but it's a 12. But I did better than everybody else.
It took a little practice, but it's a little getting closer.
Thank goodness the other people were stupid enough to be the guinea pigs.
So I fail at climbing apparently.
How bad did you?
I rolled a
fail?
1,
Well,
so that's a 4.
I say prestidigitation doesn't even say a limit of the number of symbols you can make.
I think with cantrip it's typically 3.
I say it doesn't say actually.
No, I guess if it doesn't specify on this one, then I guess.
I say it doesn't say specify size either.
That would normally be like DM's discretion.
Any number of these effects for duration of an hour. If you cast
I
this
somehow
spell
don't even grab the rope.
You go for it, you just face first.
At a time.
Oh. Yeah, I can do
My
3
symbol gets
symbols.
smudged.
Because I knew that was the thing with several cantrips. You start to climb this rope, and I don't know. You critically fail at that. You don't even start going up. You just kind of. I don't know. You forget how to climb.
I'm just having a hard time
I was
getting
gonna
his
say
body
his
weight and
face
his armor
plants
up there.
inside into the front
I
of
look
the
behind
tower.
my shoulder and just miss the rope entirely.
Yeah, you just.
Holy shit! My little it's technically called a calligrapher supplies, the drawer supplies.
Mhm.
It's 10 gold pieces. Holy shit!
Yeah, like all the kits are around that, like 10 to
Shit.
25. So,
The healing kit's like 50.
because it just gives you potions.
So do I get hurt by my awful failure at climbing?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yes, 1d4.
Yeah, you took a point of damage.
Just
you
one?
smacked your face into the cold
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna attempt to climb again, but a little more cautiously this time.
Alright. Roll another
Hopefully.
acrobatics.
13.
You get your way up this time. Your
Cool.
face is a little sore, but you do it.
Yeah.
How wide is the door that was broken?
It's a pretty big door. You could easily walk through it without having to duck.
So,
Oh, you meant wide. Each half of the door is as wide as you.
damn. Never mind then.
It's a huge door.
It's gonna try and mend it. So it's too wide because I have that specific limit on how far I can.
You need like the make whole spell or whatever the better version is.
I say you also have to get the other half from Skull over there.
Which might not happen.
It would have stayed with you. You would have just had a full door at that point.
And then you
You are now back in the room.
Okay.
You can make a new perception check. Things constantly
I don't
change.
even have the other half this time.
14.
This time upon peering into the room, you can still see 2 of the claws. The door is still closed. The other 2 have gone somewhere.
Okay. I just want to sit
The
on...
2 that you see are the ones on the ceiling.
I want to sit on the windowsill and fire an arrow at one of the ones on the ceiling.
Alright, make your to hit roll.
Damn.
That was a 19, so I think I'm alright.
Roll your damage.
I don't know why I was going to steal one of your dice.
Yeah, you don't want those.
Yeah, they've been rolling real shitty.
So that's just Jill's dice.
Shut up. Shut your face.
7.
I'll say, remember, you have
Alright.
those cylindrical dice that
You
never work.
fire the arrow up towards the ceiling. It
No, all
pierces
dice
through
with
the
me are
hand. It slams up against the ceiling, and the arrow tip tinks against the wall, and then
Unless
the
it's not
2,
your
the
turn to
hand and the arrow,
roll.
fall to the
And
ground,
she rolls twice.
and it remains motionless. At this time, roll initiative as the other one has taken notice of the other hand disappearing.
What do I have these?
21. What do you have?
I have these tools written down. For the life of me, I don't know why.
How do you have these tools
Okay.
and the calligraphy set?
Well, that's how she got the calligraphy set. She had these tools and she
You're
stole
at the top of the order. That was the surprise round. The other one on the ceiling has taken notice of you. The other 2 that you were aware of haven't done anything yet.
Okay. I'm going to fire at the other one on the ceiling with another arrow. 14.
Do your damage, please.
6.
And the similar scene plays out as the arrow pierces through the second hand. The arrowhead tinks against the ceiling, and they both fall to the ground. And then the hand remains motionless.
Okay. But I still don't see the other 2?
That was. You still have a move action if you choose.
No, I'm staying right where I am.
Then your turn ends. The three of you are just kind of standing. You see him perched on the ledge. He's taken 2 shots with his arrow by now, and he's waiting for some. You now see the other 2 hands start to come from their respective areas. One comes from the drawer. The other one comes from the dresser.
Oh, he does.
Cabinet thing, whatever.
Okay.
That supposedly would have held books and whatnot some time ago. But yes, they are moving from their areas and coming in your direction. They are moving at double speed, but they are still just out of reach to get to you.
Alright.
They're crawling. One is crawling across the floor, the other one's crawling along the side of the wall, coming at you from different angles.
I'm gonna fire at... Is it my turn again?
Yes, it's
Okay.
back to your turn.
I'm gonna fire at the one on the ground.
Okay. The 3 of you see Finra's shoot another arrow.
15.
I need that.
You know what happens when you step on a D4.
You die.
1d4 damage.
Take 1d4 damage. Hey!
What was your damage?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet.
Everything's been leading up to this
Like
moment for Joe.
You did hit, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 15,
Yeah,
so...
you hit. And this time you shoot your 3rd arrow towards the one on the ground. It pins right through the back of the hand and into the ground. You hear the arrow clank against the metal floor, and it just stops moving.
The
Metal floor.
Cobblestone. It's
I
all
was gonna
cobblestone,
say,
sorry.
the whole tower's animated.
No, it's not. It is not.
Break it down.
Only the door was.
What?
But yes,
You got a crowbar.
the cobblestone
Dismantle this
floor.
brick by brick.
And now the 4th hand, it now leaps towards you. And as it's flying towards you, it just narrowly, you're able to shimmy your body just enough as it kind of starts to fly out towards the window, but suddenly it hits like a barrier.
Nice.
And the hand starts to fizzle and it flops onto the ground, and it takes... It takes...
Wait, no, you should have let it hit you.
It takes a bit of damage, flops on the ground, but the fingers are still moving as it's like wailing in pain, but it's not really making any sound. It's just fidgeting on the floor. The front hand is all burned. The palm of the hand, that is. And it would now be your turn again.
I hate these fucking things, so I'm gonna stand right over it and just fire an arrow straight into it.
Okay, make your hit roll.
I'm gonna break your arrow.
I fucking might. 16.
You don't even need to roll damage at that 1 hit point. The arrow pierces through it again.
Well, I did 5.
And once again, the hand stops moving, but this one is severely burned. You could now take this moment to collect your arrows.
Yes. I'm gonna do that.
And if you feel like collecting hands, you got 4 of them.
I'm gonna take one of the hands and I'm gonna try to throw it out of the window. Actually, hold on. Let me hold the hand up to myself first to see if this symbol is working.
Which hand are you grabbing?
The last one that I shot. I'll just grab it.
The one that was already burned?
Well, yeah, I should grab a different one.
Yeah.
The one that is closest to me that is unburned.
So the one
that was
on the floor.
Yeah.
You pick up this hand. It feels cold and clammy. It's got shades of blue and green. It's clearly a dead thing. You pick it up. You pull your arrow out and you press it against your chest. No, it doesn't actually move. But it just nothing's happening. You can feel the cold touch of a dead hand on your chest, and it's just.
Now let me try to throw it out the window.
You toss it towards the window, and just like the one before, it hits this wall, and the hand begins to burn as it flops back towards the ground.
Now I'm a lot less confident in my symbol.
No, the symbols worked. They were the placebo for you and stuff. You thought that they would work, and in a way they did. You killed everything before it even had a chance to do anything.
There's a lot in here.
You don't know that. You
I saw a lot.
You killed all the ones that you saw when you first
No, they
came
didn't
up here.
thoroughly explain the end of last session.
I meant just now. I mean, before that you saw. You killed them. They're dead.
Okay.
Some time has passed, so everyone
Since
can
my
make,
experiment has ended.
some time has passed, so everyone can make a perception at this time. You've seen Fizzlings shoot 4 arrows, and they went into the room.
I made a perception!
I
I did.
21!
Fenris.
Do I need to make one?
Everyone needs to make one.
Alright. Cool.
Oh, I stole your perception.
That's a 1.
4.
That's very good for you, Fenris.
Oh, sweet.
Mundi.
Yeah, I at least beat somebody because I got 5.
And Ratoris.
11.
This is so hilarious. Fenris, you have successfully killed 4 hands. You are basking in the glory of your experiment.
So give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, give yourself a round of applause.
Oh.
Yeah, just get to it.
Skull, on the other hand, you start hearing footsteps walking around the second story. They seem to be traveling towards the direction that you knew the Fenris climbed into the tower. Now, unfortunately, Fenris is
I
so
start digging a grave.
horrible at his perception at the moment that he doesn't hear the thing outside his door.
With the door, you're digging.
But yes, suddenly Skull just starts taking the door and digging into the ground.
So
course.
I ask, is everything
You need a
okay?
latrine. All right, let's.
I just ignore him, continue to
I want to
dig.
lean out the window.
And whenever I'm done making like a burial spot, I start collecting rocks for it.
Okay.
I want to lean out the window and give the OK symbol again.
At this time, since you're looking out the window, go ahead and make another perception check to see your life.
13.
The door behind you starts to creak open.
There goes out the window.
I retract my hand and turn around.
It's okay, guys. Everything's okay.
The hand of hands found you.
I'm about to get fucked up.
Could be a kindly old woman who's there to thank you for killing the hands.
You're right, Adam.
She's been stuck there the whole time. And
Oh my
she's
God,
just
we
been so
saved her.
worried.
You see this
Damn
big
hands.
blue claw of a hand pushing the door aside, and beyond it, you can see this humanoid figure that stands, we'll say, 9 feet high.
Bastardo, he's slightly bigger than me.
It would, and
Your evil twin brother.
as you see its arm pushing the door open, this figure steps through. Its skin is all a dark blue, kind of like a corpse walking around blue, if you get what I'm going at. It's there's some tattered clothing on it, most noticeably you see its face. It's got its fangs, it's got teeth showing. There's some sharp fangs, not like vampire fangs, but it definitely has some carnivorous teeth. It's got this long tongue hanging out of its mouth, but most noticeably are the eyes. They are hollowed out, and it looks like they were once sewn shut, but over time the sockets pop back open, and you can just see into the abyss of his eyes. And it pushes opens the door with a loud creaking sound. It steps inward. It looks to its head moves to the left of the room. It moves to the right of the room, and it's waiting. It's listening.
I'm gonna fire an arrow at it.
Is this like a movie?
As far as we know, everything's okay.
Everyone else,
I have a plan.
everyone else,
Somebody does.
you saw Fenris.
My plan isn't good.
The rest of you saw Fenris leaning outside the window, give the OK symbol without a sound. Then suddenly, his face turned white as if he had seen a ghost, and he starts to turn around. And you can hear the bowstring pull back and make the shooting sound.
You okay?
Make your attack roll.
So we got there?
21.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage. Now, that wasn't a nat 20.
No.
Right, it's too low for a nat 20.
I only do 4 damage.
The arrow, I guess I need to roll tell now that it's in play.
I'm still by the window, correct? I'm
Yes,
still
you're
like
still
at the
by the
window. Good.
Okay, what did you say your damage was?
4.
So you saw this blue hulking figure with giant hands that are in the shape of claws. The arrow flies through the air. You rolled high enough, I will let you choose where the target lands.
Since I didn't do a whole lot of damage, we'll just do like the shoulder.
Alright, it pierces its left shoulder. The body clearly joints back in pain, but it doesn't really let out a sound. It kind of like a... Not like a shriek or anything, as the steel tip of your arrows They are steel type, right?
Yeah.
It pierces into its skin, and upon feeling this sudden force move its shoulder backwards, it moves back and rears in your direction. It's now focused on the direction the arrow came from. And everybody make initiative.
That's crisp. All right.
Oh no!
12.
Actually, I'll ask for your initiative. I almost forgot a detail. When the door opened, you could smell this horrible stench as it walked in.
I gag.
Do you want to gag?
No.
Roll to see if you gag.
If he's
Yeah,
close
fine.
enough, he will have to.
Oh no.
Okay, so starting with a clockwise skull, what was your initiative?
21.
Whoa.
Okay. Finriz.
5.
Beautiful roll. Mundi.
Take his 5 and add 10 to that because I got 15.
15.
So
Ratoris.
12.
Man, I suck.
no, you killed 4 hands. I've yet to kill a. Well, no, I did kill a hand. Never mind, I lied.
Yeah, you're doing fine. I mean, this is about how many hands I killed last time, and there was a lot more.
I mean, to be fair, out of my 2 level 1 spells, I already used one on something I didn't use.
It does.
You didn't know that at the time.
Mundi.
Good.
Okay, so now we hit the top of the initiative order. Skull. You hear the sound. You saw Finrez peering out the window, giving the OK symbol. His face turned white. He turned around. You heard him pull back his bow and shoot an arrow. Funk. It sounds like you didn't hear a sound, so it must have hit something to have dampened the noise.
I continue
Actually,
digging that
straight
grave
through.
and proceed to write an elaborate scrawl. Here lies Finrez.
That's pretty
Thanks for the
impressive
support.
that you turned white, though, and stuff with you being teal and whatnot. So.
I turned a very light shade.
I don't have any
teal.
melee, or I don't have any ranged weapon. I literally can't do anything.
I think your
You could
starting
target
gear comes with 4 javelins.
No.
I can like he's in front of the window though.
I'm just letting you know you do have something ranged.
Just hit
I
me.
don't like. I'm already useless. I don't want to end up killing you.
Yeah, no,
Use
I'm in a
your
bad spot for
accuracy.
anyone to help me.
So I'm like, I guess I'm going to
Next
continue
up,
to do that.
This is Blue
You just gotta throw the javelin through
creature.
him into the target.
casting a horrible
Into that
vision.
little corner where he's not.
Clearly, it doesn't have its normal vision anymore, but as it's looking in the direction it felt this thing come from, its jaw kind of unhinges and it lets out this horrifying screech of a sound, and you all can hear this. There's no need for a check at all.
My name is
And it sounded quite
Doing good, guys.
ear-deafening. It's
You did it.
this loud shriek. It fills the room. It fills the tower. It echoes out of the tower. It's so abundantly loud.
Oh shit! I just thought of something I could have done after my turn. Sorry.
Throw on the shield one
And
at a time.
now
Or we'll throw on
the
I
creature,
still have a plan.
the creature starts moving
As long
towards
as I
you.
don't die.
It raises its claw and it swings it down in your direction. Now, with the roll it made,
I feel bad.
it's going to miss you, but I'll let you choose how you're going to dodge this attack.
Quietly. I want to just lean out the window a little bit, but like brace myself in the window, like grab the sides of it as I just lean.
You're going to
back.
have to move at least 5 feet, or it's
Oh,
going
I
to
am.
land on you.
Well, shit. I'm gonna roll to the left to dodge that. Just gonna like.
Alright, you roll, you're still inside the room. The hand comes down towards you, and it slams against the barrier against the window. And once again, it shrieks out, and this time it actually shrieks out in pain. Not that wailing sound before, but something very eerily similar in sound. And it's you can hear the fizzing of its hand as it made contact with the invisible barrier, and it rears its hand off, and it kind of slumped over looking at its hand.
Did we all
It's
see the blue
still
man?
very much in good condition.
Did they see this?
Yes, make perception checks to everyone outside.
11.
20.
11.
You all beat the easy check. You were all kind of looking in the general direction of the window. This was not hard to miss. As this big blue claw of a hand smacks against an invisible force where the window that Fenris crawled through was, the hand starts to fizzle. A creature that presumably made the sound before once again yells out, but this time in pain. The hand moves from the windowsill and the area goes quiet except for the echoes of the scream.
Are we still in initiative, or can we go into reaction? To reaction to this,
You can have a reaction to this.
because I feel bad for wasting my turn.
Yes, especially since you kind of didn't really do.
I couldn't do
You were
anything
just
until after I
writing
thought
a
about
nice
it.
epitaph.
I was just holding it. So I'm gonna run up to the door and bash on it loudly.
Bash on what?
Wait,
The
oh,
door.
The door.
You're
Your
going-
door that you have?
Both.
What?
She's making a sound.
I'm making a lot of sound.
Wait, you're gonna take the half that you have? And
I'm just
the
gonna make a
other
lot of
half
sound.
Okay.
Smash your
Suddenly,
half into the other.
with the reaction to this creature hitting against the window, Skull is banging on the metal door that he's been holding on to this whole time, and it's making a loud clattering sound outside the tower.
Technically at the entrance of the tower.
Yes, but you are outside
Yeah.
the tower. But based on the experience that the two of you had the previous day, you knew that when Skull started banging on the door initially, it started bringing in a swarm of hands. They were drawn to the sound.
Interesting.
With the creature's turn
He's a
now
smart boy.
over, it moves to Mundi.
Just wait till
The creature is out of sight. It clearly hit something that wasn't there before and reared out in pain, and now Skull is banging, making sounds.
All
What are
right.
your actions?
So, I could run inside to try and get up there. Instead, I'll try and climb up the rope so I can take a pot shot at it.
Alright.
Because I can't squeeze in through the window.
Use your move action with an acrobatics check to climb the rope.
Nice.
17. Wait. Yes.
Yeah, you, even being a creature as big as you are, you can climb the rope and peer through the window. Unfortunately, the window is just too small for someone of your stature to move through freely.
I know.
But upon climbing up to this window, you can now make a perception check to evaluate the situation.
Like, I didn't plan on going through the window. I said it was too small.
Playing
for
out
me
this
to get-
the scenario.
You said perception?
You just want to see it for firsthand.
You want to see if the stranger you just met dies.
14 for perception.
die.
Much like
Still.
Fenrez in
My
his first
friend
attempt,
is not good.
you can see engravings
Changed
along the windowsill etched into it
Can I have another green?
that match the ones that you saw on the door. Additionally, I don't think Fenrez really trying to see this. Anyway, there's around this blue hulking figure standing 9 stories high.
What?
With
9
9
stories.
9 feet.
Well,
Sorry.
this creature keeps getting more and more intimidating each time you describe it.
I had the number correct, but the scale wrong. 9 feet high. Its eyes are now sockets once, but you notice it's wearing some sort of necklace. It's got a pendant attached to it. But yes, you see this creature before you. You still have an action.
Alright. So I'm going to use my second first level spell and fire at it.
Alright. What spell are you using? I don't know if you're using the same one or a
It's
different
the same one.
That's what I have to ask.
And you know, I was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
lure it downstairs, but go ahead and piss it off. The same area it's in.
No, it's fine. I got this.
No, you don't. You couldn't even fight a hyena.
I got this.
His confidence was
What was the
boosted by
spell called
killing
again? Guiding Light?
I got that
Got it.
symbol you drew on me. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, you're
I'm
first
on a
going to need to
roll.
make your attack roll. Your components involve a vocal, so you're clearly making a sound yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a little muffled with the additional sound going on outside, but you are making a sound.
Oh, that's at.
Somebody playing Crystal.
10.
To hit?
Wait. Yes.
You're sure.
I don't know. What am I rolling for?
You're rolling your spell to hit. And it should be your proficiency in whatever modifier you use with your spellcasting. Yours is wisdom, I think?
Oh, yeah, no, okay. Sorry, no. It's 12.
Okay, you're casting the guiding bolt spell. You speak your words, you wave your hands, and a flash of light streaks forth from you and towards the creature. It narrowly misses
Okay.
as it strikes right past it and onto the room it came from.
That's fine.
Unfortunately, you have missed this creature, but there's quite a bit of noise. You're not sure if it's moving its head around because it's hearing sounds. You're not sure what it's focusing on. And from that,
What was your initiative?
we move to
15.
Retoris.
I go to climb the rope too.
He's currently on the roof,
Because I couldn't
and he's
get
blocking
inside.
the window. He can't get inside.
Alright, can I still get to where I can see inside the window?
No,
No?
there's not
Should
very
be onto
room
my
for-
back. So.
He's so big, he's taking up the space where the window is.
Would I be able to climb onto his back and see into the window?
We'll just increase the difficulty of your acrobatics check, but you can try that.
I'll try that.
Oh, I want that back. I don't think it's more bonus level stuff. I figured I'd give it to you.
That's an 8.
That is not good enough. You start climbing the rope. Well, first you start climbing the rope, but you aren't mustering up the dexterity needed to actually climb very high and end up sliding down.
Do I have to wait till next turn to...
You can attempt another move action if you wanted to, or you can take an action. You spent some of your initial movement trying to climb the rope, but if you'd still say have about 40 movement left if you did a double move per se.
But then I wouldn't have any action left.
Right.
It's not important for right now, yeah.
I guess I'll go ahead and try. Another 8.
Same scenario, having you try again, except this time your hands are starting to hurt a little. A bit of a sting. Minor rope burn. Unfortunately, that's your turn unless you have a bonus action that you can use.
I don't think so.
Speaking is always a free action.
How far... No, I don't think I could...
You would guesstimate that each story is relatively 10 to 12 feet high.
Yeah, I probably didn't get high enough for him to assist me, right?
No. You would have to roll a little higher for him to assist you.
Then yeah, I don't think I have anything else to do.
Then, going from Retoris, we now go to the bottom of the initiative with Fenriz. You're inside the room. You dodge to the left to avoid the attack. Your new Goliath friend who... No one's introduced their names yet. So your new Goliath friend is peering through the window. He shot a bolt of light and unfortunately narrowly missed this creature before you.
I have a couple quick questions.
Yes.
Are you holding on to the rope or holding on to the window somehow? Or what are you holding on to keep yourself where you are at?
I imagine once I got up there and stuff, I'd probably take more a hold of the actual window.
Okay. Where is this enemy in relation to the window and the rope?
Okay. So, this room is roughly 20 feet wide from the window to the door. You got the Goliath on the outside of the tower. The window is currently blocked, but the creature, when it slammed its hand against the barrier, it had to take 5 feet back. So there's a 5-foot gap between the window and the creature, and a 10-foot gap between the creature and the door. Now, you are currently within 5 feet of the creature since you dodged its attack.
Is the creature? I know he's tall, but how big around is he? Is he pretty skinny?
No, he's a big, beefy.
He's a big beefy. All right.
Muscle up top, less so in the leg
He's
area.
got some tattered clothes and stuff, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Am I by the rope or am I a little ways away from it?
The rope is 5 feet from you. It's within arm's reach.
Okay. So,
And as it is, the rope is currently to the right side of the.
can I pull a hand axe out as a bonus action? Or is that an action?
Everyone, from what I gather with the rules, everyone's essentially allowed quick draw is free, but you can't do it twice in a turn.
Okay.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So yes, you can pull out a hand axe.
I want to pull out my hand axe, grab the rope and cut it, and then run to dive out the window. I want to try to wrap the rope around the creature to pull him out the window.
I just remembered you said you wrapped it around the leg of the table.
I did, yes.
So,
Would
what
that make
part
it?
of the rope are you trying to cut?
Whichever part is close to me. I want to like grab it and then cut it right behind where I grab it, and then like run around the creature.
So you realize this rope has 500 and something pounds on it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the problem is, I don't know that.
Well,
I
you
don't
he's
know.
there.
I know that he's there, but if he's onto the windowsill,
But here's another thing: you're trying to wrap around this creature.
yes.
To do that with a long enough rope, you'd have to cut it on the side of the rope that's on the back side of the
Okay,
door.
so
Because
this will
otherwise
not
the rope's
work.
going to be too short to run around it.
Okay, new plan. I just want
Because
to.
most of the rope is hanging outside
Yeah,
the window.
that's fair. New plan. I want to just grab onto his tattered clothes and run for the window and try to grab onto my new Goliath
You're
buddy
gonna
here.
try and grab the creature?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm using my environment. I know he gets fucked up by this barrier, and I want to use it.
As you're attempting to grab the creature, you must now make a Constitution saving throw. Beat a DC 10.
Oh, good. Oh, good. It's gonna end bad. Oh, nope. 14.
Okay, you are going up to grab this creature. This foul stench right up in your face. You start to feel as if you're going to vomit, but you are able to hold it in. This stench is just so terrible.
Damn
but
right.
You can make your attack roll to grab onto the creature. A melee attack
Is this just strength?
roll. Yes.
17.
Okay, and once you have hold of it, what do you plan to do?
I want to reach out and try to grab either the windowsill or my new Goliath buddy here to pull both of us to the window.
Alright,
I want to like try to use my
You
momentum.
successfully grab onto it. You're going to need to make a strength athletics to give you a chance to move this creature towards the window. And Mundi, you can see him attempting to come towards you. You can use a reaction to attempt to assist to pull him and the creature towards the window. Assuming he can move it in the first place.
I got a nat 20, so yeah, I can move this bitch.
He's quite
You got it.
He may be short, he may be scrawny, but he is somehow sweeping this monster off its feet and pulling it towards the window. How are you planning to exit? Are you just slamming the creature into the window, or are you jumping through yourself, which will inevitably push him out?
I mean, I wanna like pull him up against the barrier, but since he's there, I just wanna like grab him. I'm hugging him. I'm hugging the shit out of this Goliath.
Pulling him along while he
With
goes out.
the three of
first.
you in like a confined space, it's going to end up pushing him. It's going to like do a. You'll have to make like a check
Yeah.
to resist falling.
I mean, that's okay. This is what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing?
I'm a very decisive person.
All right, you see
We'll
this
just tuck him in,
happening.
so
We might take some damage. I'm
The,
sorry.
the creature's coming toward you.
I could get him.
Mundi, you now must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC 10, as this creature is now very close to you.
Can I? No, I can't use cantrip right now.
No, that would depending on the cantrip, but it's most likely an action.
It was going to be. Well, it was going to be resistance and stuff. So
What does it say? Does it say like one action or one bonus action next to it?
Good question.
resistance. That's one action.
Unfortunately, you will not be able to do that. It is not your turn.
It's all good. What was I rolling?
You're making since you're holding on to it and you're trying to keep your grip onto the building as as this small tiefling is pushing against you with the creature in tail, you are making a strength athletics to keep your grip onto the windowsill with a DC of...
I got a 19.
Oh, I was going to say moderate. So
strong.
you are able to hold it, but you now sense this horrible stench rush into you. You feel as if you're going to gag, but you are able to stomach this horrid smell, and because of that, you are able to firmly stay grabbed onto itself. Now the creature is being forced into the invisible barrier, and I'm going to take some damage as it slams up against this force field.
Get wrecked.
Now, when you grabbed onto the creature, how did you grab onto it?
I just grabbed onto like some of his clothes.
Like around the waist, around...
Yeah, around like the waist, because I mean, I'm not super tall. I can't get up high on him.
That is true. So as you're slamming it into the window, its chest slams against the force field. You are currently pinned in between two creatures yourself, but the chest starts to burn, and it tries to struggle to get you to release your grip as it's rearing out in pain. So I want you to make either a dexterity acrobatics or a strength athletics to maintain your grip with a DC 20 as it is flailing around.
Jesus. Okay.
Come
on, dice.
In some way.
No,
Yeah,
you are very close.
He's literally right there. By
You can attempt to send out an arm to hold the creature, so instead of rolling at advantage.
Okay. Oh, 14 is going to be the total there.
No, this thing it's in so much pain that it just wants to get away. Its arms are flying, and it ends up knocking you around. Not doing any damage, but it's like it
just slaps
trying to get out of there, and it ends
That's
up
fair.
backing up 5 feet from the window.
But he took some damage from
Yes,
it.
he did, and his chest he's got some new burns.
Then I have accomplished my goal so far.
Now we hit the bottom of the list. New things are entering the play as there's a lot of sound, which means there's going to be a lot of hands.
You know what they say. Idle hands start Jessica.
True.
I'm not going to take this off. Keeps me kind of flipping back and forth. Everyone can make a perception check. It's going to be hard because there's a lot of noise outside the tower.
Nope.
I don't see crap.
I'm distracted with my feeble attempts at climbing a rope.
Fenrir
I rolled
is
a 1, so I'm just looking at the wall.
9.
and
I rolled
Skull.
2.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, unfortunately, due to this loud banging sound, no one hears the new sound happening about. But we are now back at the top of the initiative order with Skull. You are currently banging on a door, creating a lot of noise. So far, it has yielded no results, but only 6 seconds have passed.
Keep going. I don't see anything I can react to.
Alright. Skull keeps pounding away at this door, and now it is the creature's turn. It just was dealt some very painful experience, and it no longer wants to be in this room as it turns and moves towards this loud banging sound. It's heading outside of the room, so that currently has its attention. And
Does
it
our-
will be able to...
Does our ranger man get an attack of opportunity?
Unfortunately, whenever it was wiggling around, it took 5 steps back.
That's good.
But you are in range. I will give you an attack of opportunity as this creature turns and moves away. But it must be either with your bow or a throwing weapon.
Hand axes are a throwing weapon.
That's what you want to use.
I mean, the bow's gonna do more if I can actually hit. So I'll use the bow.
You'd have to be able to do both hands too.
That's true. I
You
am
would have to
holding...
use both hands, but you are blocking him from falling out the
yeah.
window.
Okay. So I'll use the longbow. 15 to hit.
Okay. This time you shoot an arrow and it pierces the creature in his back as its body jerks forward from the motion of the arrow impacting it. Please roll your damage.
5.
You're not really seeing any results from this particular attack. It just seems to be... It's still going in the direction it was heading, but it has taken a new puncture into its body. It was in the process of moving. It's able to move out of the room, and you don't... It kind of turns left, so you don't really see where it's going. But based on what you know from the layout of the first floor, that would be the direction the stairs are at. And with that, we are now on to Mundi. The creature has left the room.
Jill had a higher energy.
I already went.
She already
Oh, you
went.
did?
She
Oh,
continued.
yeah, you kept
first.
making the noise.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess it's time for me to climb down now. So.
Then make an athletics check.